I'm going to try and show you what we use the synced calendar system for within TO Academy. On this account, I'm logged in, Lisa H, as a student. The email address that's associated with this account is mrslisahorahan@gmail.com. So this is the calendar which is synced. Now, in this other browser, I'm logged in as a tutor on a test account, and the Google Calendar is Lisa Test V1. So it's the equivalent Google Calendar account. So what I need from Calendar Sync is for students to be able to see what availability I have to teach lessons. There's no other events in my calendar, so that means everything that is on here from the 21st right through next week is all my availability as a tutor on the site. Now, going in as a student, if I want to book a lesson and find the test account as my tutor, I can view that tutor's availability for the rest of next week. And so in line with the tutor settings, we can see everything's available all those times on all those days. So for ease of use, what I'm going to do is, as a tutor, in my personal Google Calendar, I'm going to give myself an appointment slot for, the doctor or the dentist or something. I'm going to go from 9 a.m. generic appointment. And I'm going to do the same for the rest of next week. I'm going to say between 10 and 8, generic appointment. Maybe between same one, same 2, same 3. Okay, so that takes us up to the 26th. Now, what I need from Google Calendars is when I've blocked this time off, that should then not be available in my tutor profile. It doesn't appear on this calendar because this is just for scheduling. It doesn't appear on my general calendar because this is just for scheduling. What I don't want to have to do as a tutor is look at my Google Calendar and think, oh, I'm going to have to remove all these from my next week's calendar now, manually. That's not what we want to happen. So we want to leave this as it is, but from a student perspective, I don't want to be able to see, so student perspective, I want to see the availability ready to book. And so Saturday, all the morning slots have gone. Sunday, I've only got one slot left as a tutor. No availability on Monday, missing between 10 and 3. So this is perfect. So what a student can see from the tutor account is that they're busy. It doesn't say what they're doing, it just says they're busy, and so slots aren't available. So that's the first thing. Great. Then flipping back to my tutor profile and my Google Calendar, these can all be deleted because I suddenly feel a lot better and I don't need to go to these appointments. Again, it doesn't show up on my tutor dashboard because this is just scheduling, and so I don't need the appointments to show up in here. But then going back to the student view, which is me, I can now look at the availability for those dates and say, oh, there's lots of availability now in the morning. That's great. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Okay. So next thing, as a student, I'm going to book in with this tutor. So I'm going to book in a 15-minute lesson on, let's say, Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Sorry, Friday. August 23rd, which is Sunday at 10 a.m. Undo that. So I want to book a lesson. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. 23rd of August at 10 a.m. Next. I'm booking that lesson. I'm paying for that lesson. Go to lessons. That lesson is now in my calendar for Sunday at 10 till 10:50. Great. So what I want as a student is for that to appear in my Google Calendar, which it does. Super duper magic. As a tutor, I need that to appear in my Google Calendar too, which it does. Super duper magic. So that's all connected. Now, as a student, I may wish to cancel or reschedule this lesson with the tutor. So again, student profile, I'm going to reschedule it to 2 p.m. Confirm. This is part of the system. Test. Confirm that I've rescheduled. Fabulous. So as a student, my Google Calendar, I should be able to see that lesson's been rescheduled. Perfect. As a tutor, on my tutor calendar, that lesson has been rescheduled. As a tutor on my scheduling, nothing appears, nothing shows. This is just my scheduling, so that doesn't need to show on here. The important thing is that it's in my Google Calendar. Equally then, as a tutor on the platform, I may suddenly realise that I'm not going to be available for this lesson. And so I can either cancel the lesson or I can reschedule. If I cancel it, they get a refund as a tutor. If I reschedule, it means that it leaves the gap open for them to rebook. So to be scheduled. As a tutor then, that should update my calendar, which it does. It's disappeared from that calendar. As a student, again, it should just disappear. Calendar, which it does. Fabulous. And it also appears that I've got a lesson that I am able to schedule somewhere. I can do that in there. So schedule that calendar, change the date to, we're going to go the 21st at 10 a.m. Confirm that slot. That appears in my calendar. It's all working very well. And that appears in the tutor calendar. And that's what I need it all for.